What's up guys, this is iTech1 here. So the third generation iPad Pro releases this week in two sizes, 11 and 12.9 inches, and we have had the iPad mini 4 on the market for 3 years now. I thought it would be interesting to compare the specs of the current largest and smallest iPads on the market to see how they stand against each other. So let's get right in. So the iPad Pro has a 12.9 inch display, while the iPad mini comes with a much shorter screen size of just 7.9 inches. You're getting a 2732 by 2048 pixel resolution with 264 pixels per inch on the larger iPad, while the iPad mini has a screen resolution of 2048 by 1536 with 326 ppi. The iPad Pro comes with a liquid retina display, similar display technology to the new iPhone XR, while you're getting Apple's Retina display on the iPad mini. The iPad Pro comes with ProMotion technology, which enables a refresh rate of 120Hz, while you're getting half the refresh rate of 60Hz on the iPad mini. The ProMotion really advances the iPad Pro's display, making the slightest movements appear very smooth and fluid. You're also getting True Tone and wide color display on the iPad Pro, which the iPad mini 4 does not have. Here are the dimensions of both iPads. It's obvious that the iPad Pro is bigger in almost every aspect, thus also coming with more weight. But the interesting difference here is that the iPad Pro has a slightly slimmer body compared to the iPad mini. So the iPad Pro comes with Apple's latest mobile processor, the A12X chip, which is said to hold so much power that it can outperform many laptops with Core i7 processors. While the iPad mini comes with an A8 chip, which was released a couple years back. The A12X processor enables the iPad Pro's CPU to be 3 times faster and graphics to be 8 times faster in comparison to iPad mini's performance. The iPad Pro comes with a 12 megapixel rear camera having a focal length over 1.8 aperture, while you're getting an 8 megapixel camera with focal length over 2.4 aperture on the iPad mini. Since the iPad Pro has a larger aperture, the camera is able to perform better in low light conditions compared to the iPad mini. The iPad Pro also has a dual flash and supports 4K video recording at 30 or 60 frames per second, while you get no flash on the mini and only records up to 1080p. The front camera makes the most difference here. The iPad mini comes with a 1.2 megapixel FaceTime HD camera with 720p recording, while you're getting a 7 megapixel True Depth camera system on the iPad Pro, recording up to 1080p videos. The True Depth is Apple's most advanced camera system, which enables features like portrait mode and portrait lighting for photos, Animoji and Memoji. I also wanted to mention here that you get Retina flash on the iPad Pro screen for taking selfies in low light, while you don't get one on the iPad mini. One of the biggest physical difference between the two iPads is that you don't have a home button on the new iPad Pros, while the iPad mini has one. The home button enables the iPad mini to have Touch ID authentication, while you get Face ID on the iPad Pro through the True Depth camera system. The iPad Pro comes with 4 speakers, while you're only getting 2 speakers on the mini. The more speakers help the iPad Pro to deliver better sound quality and surround system. The iPad Pro now comes with a USB-C port, whereas the iPad mini still has the classic Lightning. Some benefits of the iPad Pro's switch to the USB-C include faster charging, being able to output 5K to external displays, and being able to charge small devices like your phone. You're also getting a magnetic connector on the iPad Pro for a keyboard, while the iPad mini lacks this feature. The iPad mini is small enough to fit in your hand, so it doesn't really need a smart connector anyways. Another big difference is that you have a 3.5mm headphone jack on the iPad mini, while you don't get one on the refreshed iPad Pros. Let me know your thoughts about the removal of the headphone jack on the iPads in the comments below. Both iPads have additional accessories sold by Apple like smart covers for the iPads. You could get a smart keyboard folio and or Apple Pencil for the iPad Pro, which aren't compatible on the iPad mini. Here are all the prices for the iPad Pro and iPad mini. The iPad Pro starts at $999, while the iPad mini has a much lower starting price of $399. So this is it for the comparison, guys. Let me know if you're planning on buying one of these iPads or which one you would prefer. Feel free to drop a suggestion for my next video in the comments below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tech videos. Until next time, guys, take care.